Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome to this Pepsi and Blue cheat day review, as today we are trying Pepsi Blue. Now you're probably asking yourself right now, what year is it? Is it 2002? Is it 2021? No, it's 2023. For those of you who have watched a majority of my videos, you'll know that I have tried Pepsi Blue at least a couple times in the past. But I have never given a Pepsi Blue a full, detailed scope of how everything tastes within the soda. And that's what we're going to do today. We are trying the 2021 summer edition that came out in the United States, hence the American flag design on there. And if I do sound a little stopped up, it's because I am getting over a cold, but Pepsi Blue maybe helped me get over a flu. My dad, he wound up having like 6 of these bottles at his house, and he tried one the other day and he was just like, oh, this is terrible, like all the carbonation's gone, it's just flat and so he called me up and he was like, hey, do you want these bottles of Pepsi Blue? I can't drink them, they're all flat, they taste disgusting. I was like, yeah, does a bear in the woods? Bring them on by. So with all that being said, I know what I'm getting myself into. I am drinking over a 1.5 year old expired Pepsi Blue. It expired July 26th, 2021. And this bottle is seeing the shrinking effect. It's slowly getting there where all the bottles seem to suck in. Like you could definitely tell with these, because these are like 20-something years old. But it's getting there. Just a 1.5 years, and it's already taking effect. But anyways, the history of Pepsi Blue goes all the way back to August of 2002 when it was first released in the United States and Canada. But this was like something to, I don't know, put some shockwaves into the air and be like, hey, we're Pepsi, we're radical. Now, why they decided to make this soda a very vibrant and blue color is because the year prior, in 2001, Pepsi released Mountain Dew Code Red, which was a very vibrant red soda. So they thought, hey, maybe these very bright colored sodas that are super sugary could sell. Needless to say, it didn't go that well, and they discontinued the soda by May of 2004 because it had a huge surge at the beginning. It was very successful with all the hype and everything, but after everyone tried it once, they kind of just didn't care. It was kind of like how everyone saw Crystal Pepsi. It was like, oh, all the rage, it's something new and cool, but then they're like, eh. Now, me as a kid drinking this, I was a freshman in high school when this came out. I loved it. My dad loved it too. He bought it a lot to the point where it was kind of always in the house. And once it was discontinued, we were just like, oh, well, that sucks. So even though Pepsi Blue was discontinued by 2004 in the United States and Canada, it didn't stop Pepsi from putting it out in other countries as well. Particularly the Asian region of the world, where it was big in the Philippines, Malaysia, Japan. All those countries, Pepsi Blue lasted a lot longer than it did here. And this is a bottle from Indonesia from 2020, and this has a different taste than the Pepsi Blue that came out in the US, where it was far more just regular Pepsi flavored and just a slight bit blueberry flavored. It was still tinted this blue color though, like all the way. So anyways, when Pepsi Blue first came out, they called it Berry Cola Fusion, but at the very bottom, the flavor just says berry. Back when this flavor first came out, people described it as like a berry, cotton candy, very, very sweet tasting soda. Back when Pepsi Blue first came out in 2002, they said, what is Pepsi Blue? Pepsi Blue is a whole new beverage experience, a fusion of berries with a splash of cola that looks and tastes unlike anything else on the market. So bing bang boom, this gets discontinued by 2004, and we have to wait until May 3rd, 2021 for Pepsi Blue to finally be re-released in the United States. And it was only available for 8 weeks during the summertime of 2021, and that's about it. On the official website, they described it as Pepsi Blue soft drink is a bold, refreshing, robust cola in a berry flavor you will love. Perfect for parties, meals, and celebrations big and small. Now, looking at the top of this soda, I know it being old, I'm seeing a little bit of some floaties in here, but it should still be good. I mean, I drank a Crystal Pepsi a year or two ago that was, oh, that had no fizz to it at all. Oh, that takes me back, though, that smell. It still has that big, sharp berry smell. That's just like undeniable. You know exactly that smell once. Yeah. It's 2002 all over again. All right, well, here we go. This is Pepsi Blue. I think it kind of helps if you swirl it around a little bit, kick up the last bit of carbonation in it. Ah, the best. Okay. Granted, this has lost a majority of its carbonation, but I still say there's about 15% left in this entire bottle. And I'm very happy to say that it does taste like how I've always remembered it tasting like. It's just rather flat. So when you first drink a Pepsi Blue, you are going to be hit with a rush of sweetness right off the bat. Sweetness and a texture of smoothness that you get from the standard Pepsi Cola taste. And then right after that, I will say, is when the fruit and the berry flavor kicks into high gear. And you get this tingly sensation on the tip of your tongue and more or less down the middle of your tongue. And it leaves you with first a sharp, then a refreshing, and then like a very bold berry flavor taste. So there is quite a bit of things happening in Pepsi Blue. I think Papa Roach is in here playing somewhere. But it still tastes great even after all these years. It even has the controversial Blue 1 coloring agent still in it from back in the day. There was a big controversy about that, but it's safe to drink as it is put in plenty of other things like Blue Jolly Ranchers and whatever else. But there was a big deal about it in 2003 where it was toxic if it was put in the form of like eating tubes or something. Very stupid and niche and very, very microscopic of a use for it. But yeah, Blue 1 is here, and I think Blue 1 is put in basically like every soft drink at some point if it's slightly covered in a tone of the blue palette. Yeah, right here, Blue 1, it's in Mountain Dew Fruit Quake. All in all, I mean, this has a very candy berry flavor. It is smooth, sweet, refreshing, and has a nice little kick, a sharpness to it that lets you know that this ain't fooling around. It's got a tribal tattoo on it, bro. Don't mess with it. It's got nu metal bands from the early 2000s rocking away, dude. First you say whoa, then you say yeah. I'm going to disregard that this is a flat soda because this has held up even after a year and a half and some change. So I will have to give this one a 10 out of 10. It is fabulous. It is a wild experience, and I'm not even a big fan of blueberry flavored stuff, but this is like a sweet, like people have said, cotton candy taste. It starts off smooth, but then it amps up towards the end and then lets you down and refreshes you. So yeah, this is a perfect drink. Pepsi Blue, give it a 10 out of 10, and it is solid. I hope they bring it back soon. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this cheat day review as we reviewed Pepsi Blue, 10 out of 10. I am DJ Glowing Ice, always wanting to remind you that it's okay to cheat every once in a while. See you next time.